A Virginia photographer is defending herself from critics after she posted a picture of a baby wrapped in an American flag in what was supposed to be a patriotic gesture. Police say they spoke with most of the fraternity members at the house close to the time of the alleged assault. Police also say they talked with the Rolling Stone reporter as part of their investigation. Rolling Stone editors say they will conduct their own probe into the controversial story, and their investigation is expected to be published in early April. With daylight savings time occurring on Sunday, now is the perfect time to test your smoke detector. I have. Will you? For Murrah News 8, I'm Helen Capron. That's all the weather we have for you tonight. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about Seattle's Field of Dreams. Stay with us. Brewers Nights at the Cider House happen the last Thursday of every month, beginning at 6 p.m. For Murrah News 8, I'm Helen Capron. Tomorrow you will want to grab a jacket because it is cooling off and we will only be reaching 55 in the afternoon. So you might want to bundle up after these great couple of days we've been having. Speaking of, all of this is done to ensure that when cadets arrive at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama, they will be ready to uphold the standards set forth for them by the Air Force. A Texas woman may have found the elixir of life in this popular drink. CNN's Gary Tuckman has the scoop. Tomorrow, it is another just beautiful weather day. Starting off the morning at 69 degrees and sunny, followed up by 72 in the afternoon, but we will drop down to 60 for the evening, so it will be getting colder as some clouds move in. The Swing Devils provide an introduction to East Coast swing every Thursday starting at 8 p.m. For Murrah News 8, I'm Helen Capron. The government has now declared a state of emergency as Baltimore police say they received a credible threat that rival gangs have teamed up to quote-unquote take out law enforcement officers. Local law enforcement spokesman Captain Eric Kowalczyk said he could not immediately elaborate on how the information was received or how police found it credible. UFC fighter Ronda Rousey has accepted the starring role in the upcoming film Mile 22. Rousey will be playing a CIA operative who is paired with an Indonesian police officer to fight violence, political corruption, and of course, throw a few punches at the bad guys. Thanks, Janelle. It has been 82 years since the Cullen-Harrison Act passed, which re-legalized beer in the United States. I got the chance to go to the Coug and see how people were celebrating on this National Beer Day. A scene like this was cause for celebration, but now it's just another day to enjoy a variety of beers.
Irish Death, it's an Ellensburg beer, and I think it tastes great as well, and also kind of original beer. It's brewed at the Dark Horse Brewery, so always definitely supporting a local Eastern Washington beer.
Surrounded by walls covered in graffiti and neon lights, students have come not only to have a beer, but to work on some homework.
After our meeting, we're going to come back to the Coug and work on our project while watching the Mariners game and drinking a few pitchers.
These Cougs made sure to take the time out of their day to celebrate a big moment in American history. So if you're 21, you should definitely make sure you take the time to celebrate on this 82nd National Beer Day. Back to you in the studio.
Aim high! Aim high! Follow through!
An enrollment allocation to field training is one of the most coveted things for an Air Force ROTC cadet, especially when the number available is unknown.
We ended up with 93% nationwide. There was 95% here at Washington State and University of Idaho. But that's compared to last year, which was a pretty low percentage, I want to say mid-60s. And it's difficult to predict from year to year because it's fiscally driven.
Receiving an enrollment allocation takes a significant amount of work and preparation in order to perfect even the most minute detail.
Volume equals motivation, and it's your job to emulate that. You understand? You're not going to get anything worthwhile accomplished at field training if you are not emulating that confidence the rest of the cadets you're leading deserves. You understand that? That needs to happen every time.
The second year of the program is not only the most physically demanding, but also requires the biggest time commitment. Cadets are required to complete a minimum of 3 hours of physical training per week, in addition to a 2-hour training lab and bi-weekly Saturday sessions, on top of all of their other social and academic commitments.
I'm an RA for the Department of Residence Life at WSU. I work in one of the towers. I'm a direct supervisor of about 28 people on a staff of about 11. Field training preparation takes a lot of time out of my schedule, mostly because of just the stress, but a lot of extra time writing memos. Beyond that, I'm pursuing a computer engineering degree. That takes a lot of extra time as well. Class load's pretty heavy.
Cadets are guided through field training preparation by older members of the detachment. The semester immediately before cadets leave for training is the most intense, but it also provides the biggest opportunity for growth.
You begin to see that evolution where they are coming to and have a sense of what to do and how to do things. They realize that if I read the material that they're giving us, I might do a little bit better. So once we harp that on them, hey, read this, read that, why didn't you read this? Obviously this is not helping you. So as the weeks progress, they read more, understand what we're saying, and things start to click. And when things start to click, they start being a more cohesive team.
All of this is done to ensure that when cadets arrive at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama, they will be ready to uphold the standards set forth for them by the Air Force.
I'm proud of every single one of them, and they're going to do great things someday.
For Maroon News 8, I'm Helen Capron.